What are trigger leads and syndication in the world of business funding, and why you have to be careful of them and do the best to stay away from? Hi, this is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions, and I have a quick video for you. Trigger leads, that's where, let's say, for example, you go apply for business funding through one lender, a direct lender. Maybe it's an in-house where there's a lot of lender partners. Whichever way, it is out of my control. I am not associated or affiliated with these two types of things that happen, unfortunately, in this space. So again, before I go into it, I am not associated with what happens after your application gets to a point where you have an offer available. Maybe you didn't respond back to it, or you said no or yes to it. More so when you say no, or you just leave it open in a lot of cases. So again, I'm not associated with what I'm about to tell you. I have no relationship to this. I don't deal with lenders who do this. I don't have an organization that does this kind of stuff. So don't think that it's because of what I'm doing. But trigger leads means where you apply for funding. Usually you have that offer. So at that stage, whether you declined it or not, or if you even get to that point, in a lot of cases, even before then, your information is then stored with companies like Experian and TransUnion. And so then what's happening is they have that information. And so then that information and then it's being spat out to another lender or other organizations where they're requesting that information, or those credit companies are able to push it out that way. So that's called trigger leads. Unfortunately, it happens in the space. I won't say it'll happen to you, but maybe you've been in the situation where, hey, now I have the banks calling me, or I have this other alternative lender, private lender calling me. I'm not associated with them. I don't know who this is, or perhaps I have mention of who they are because we kind of went through it, but are you doing this? And I'm saying, no, I have no association with them. We have no association with wrongful lenders. I have the best of the best where we don't do that type of stuff. And then there are the lower tier lenders who will then go, hey, Experian and TransUnion and so have this information. Now, how can I get hands on it? I can see who's applied and done this. So they're going to try to take over. And so sometimes I was speaking to someone and I go, I have no association with them. I don't know how they got your information. Now that I know you applied this way and did this, okay, well, it makes sense why they have it. So I already knew what was going to kind of happen, but I'm not saying it would have happened to you. It's just something that happens in the industry that I'm aware of. When I say I kind of knew what would happen, that means I knew it's something that happens around in the industry. So just be careful of that. If they try to reach out to you, speak to me directly. I'll get a better understanding of what's happening. If that's the case, sometimes I may be able to talk to an account manager, somebody within the company, the direct lender, etc., and get a hold on that, especially the underwriters and officers and so forth. So be careful of that because that information can be dispersed. It is not right to do that. They shouldn't be doing that. They're crossing lines, but this unfortunately happens, especially if you're applying with the wrong people. And then that data that's already stored into those credit facilities then gets pushed out by another organization who's requesting it or who they can send it out to, because there are wrongful organizations and lenders just trying to make money for themselves. Be careful of that. And then you'll be called over, emailed. And again, I have no association with them. The second point, these are syndication. And syndication is basically where a group or an organization is then being able to look at a whole like transfer data of information. Like it's this portal or this place where all the data is put into. Think of it kind of like an Excel spreadsheet, but not exactly that. But a lot of data they can tell from where you've applied. They can kind of see you're doing this per month in revenue. So then, they got a better idea. We're going to contact them. And you're saying that you have this credit score. And again, a lot of that stuff is wrongful. Shouldn't be done. Shouldn't be something that people should be doing at all. But there are those terrible, we'll say lenders and organizations that will do that. And I'm not associated with any of them. So again, if you've had this issue in the past, please address me with it. I can confidently say that I don't partner up or deal with anybody who will be doing that. And unfortunately, like these, not so much the syndication, but more of the trigger leads where it goes through the credit facility, the company, and that information is stored. Sometimes that ends up getting dispersed, but from their part. But again, I don't deal with those lenders who are faulty that way and will be requesting that information. And from time to time, there will be somebody who you may think it is, but I'm not. And if there were one, we move them away because we don't work with those syndication type of files and individuals, organizations, as well as if something happens with trigger leads, I'll get to the bottom of it and understand what's happening. So that's all I want to leave you with. Appreciate you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. If you'd like to learn more about getting business funding and all tips, strategies, expert business loan broker advice, as well as anything more. And in the description, there will be a questionnaire form you can fill out if you haven't already, as well as quite a bit more information. And again, I can go in depth on this, but I'm going to leave it at that. Just be careful about who you turn to. And if you need the best type of help, I'll be here to guide you in the right direction. That is it for now. Take care. Bye.